Today, I want to talk to you about something that I know will interest a lot of us. 7 kinds of men and women you must never marry. 7 kinds of men you must never marry if you're single, and what to do if you're married to such a one. Is that okay? So, if you're married already to one of them, well, there's nothing we can do about that, but you can learn how to cope and how to manage such relationships, maybe until the person changes, or until something changes. I'm not going to say too much right now. So let's get straight to the heart of our conversation today. 7 kinds of men and women you should not marry. I'd like to say something very quickly. Relationship is the gateway to intimacy, and you are responsible for whosoever you reward with a moment, a season, or a lifetime of relationship with you. Fellowship is commanded, but partnership is a choice. Never forget that. Write that down. Relationship decides the inflow or the outflow of favor. Who you relate with will ultimately determine whether you will continually see the flow of favor or the outflow of favor from your life. Relationship is for more, not less. Whosoever you marry will either minimize you or maximize you. There are 7 kinds of people you don't want to be in relationship with. Number 1, I'm going to start now. Number 1 is the temperamental partner. My goodness. Temperamental, volcanic partner. A partner that is like a volcanic rock. A partner that is like a volcano waiting to erupt. Temperamental. Please, I don't care to know how much you love an individual. If the person is an angry, bitter, and wounded soul, and the person is not yet healed, the person has outburst of anger literally anywhere and everywhere. Now, never marry a temperamental person. There is no guarantee that the person will become better. It is better you see that the person has already is getting better before you settle in. I'm not saying throw the person away. I'm saying, why don't you work with the person before marriage and see the person get better before you now consider settling with the person. Number 2 is what I call a lying partner. A partner who lies. A partner who is a serial lying wonder. A partner who lies like, compulsively and pathologically. And there are some of us who know what I'm talking about. Your partner is a pathological liar. This individual has antisocial personality disorder. This person has narcissistic personality disorder. This person lies. The person uses lies as a mechanism, to cope with the challenges of life. The person just lies, and the person doesn't even repent, doesn't think about it. It just flows. I'm just looking for the right words to use so that I don't go too harsh. So who is an abusive partner? An abusive partner is one who constantly, before marriage, uses abusive, demeaning, belittling, shaming, and disrespectful words on you. This person has no boundary. The person will shame you in the public. The person will stop the car and tell you, get out of my car on the highway. The person will open the door and tell you, get out of my house in the night. And by the way, what were you doing there in the night? If you're not married. And I'm talking to someone who is watching me right now. You are an abusive man. You slap your wife. You kick your wife. You step on her. And I'm talking to women too who abuse their husbands. Particularly women in the Western world, where, because if the man ever does anything, you're going to call the police. And so because the police is on your side and the government is on your side, you slap the guy, you abuse the man. There are women who abuse their husbands. Number four kind of partner you must not be married to is what I call a fair weather partner. You know what that one is. A fair weather partner. Highly unreliable, untrustworthy, unfaithful, unprincipled. This is the kind of person that has the history of abandoning the individuals who are in his life or her life at the slightest assumption of a coming storm. The moment this person feels like the person heard a rumor that you're about to lose your job or you will soon be retrenched, suddenly the person begins to backtrack. Because now the person feels that things are not going to be all right with you again. Or maybe you were asked to stay home from work because your office is going through some challenges. Now, because you are no more active at work, the person no longer feels that you are somebody that is of value. And so the person backs off. Watch out. Please, anybody you want to marry, try to interact with the friends of that person. And be sure that this is not a person who abandons his friends in the time of challenges. Whatever he does to his friends, whatever she does to her friends, she will do to you. A fair weather partner is the one who identifies with you so long as the person is still low in life. The moment the person becomes okay, the person walks away from you. Is a fair weather friend. Number 5. I'm sure, let me see those who are writing out the points. How many partners have I mentioned now? I'd like you to list them out. The next one I'm talking about now is immoral partners. Please, if you are single or you are a parent with singles who are going to be getting married, don't look out for the jobs. Jobs are very important. Make sure you are sure that your children are not getting married to an immoral partner. One who is unrepentant and shameless. One who has a track record of sexual escapades with the opposite sex. And the person is unrepentant and shameless about it. Sleeps around with anything and anyone. No repentance, no remorse. No feeling of, I'm sorry, it was in my past. No. You are in relationship with the person and the person still feels entitled to sleep around. There is what we call the infected partner. The infected partner. This is another kind of partner you don't want to settle down with. The infected partner. This is someone who is highly infected by unresolved memories of pleasure. Please, this person has been highly infected by unresolved memories of pleasure with his ex or her ex. So you are dating with this person, and every time the person is talking to you, if I just hope that this relationship will be like that one with my former ex. You know how he normally holds me, how she normally holds me, how she normally kisses me. You are married, and the person is talking to you about how himself and his ex they normally have sex together, and now herself and her ex, they normally have sex together. So there's sex together. So there's always talk about exes. This is an infected partner. Infected by the memories of the pleasure this person has had with his or her ex. Converse is the same. Where somebody's been infected by the pain of the memories of the pain of the previous relationship that the person has. And the person is using that to treat you. The person is suspicious. The person doesn't want to trust you. The person doesn't want to relate deeply with you because of the memories of the pain that the person had with the previous partner that the person had before. either pleasure or pain. The reality is, infected partners are not good for your future until they resolve that infection, until they deal with such an infection. The godless partner, if someone is not a child of God, if someone doesn't respect, honor, fear, and give credence to the Almighty God and his church, I don't care to know how nice the person is. If the person doesn't honor God, doesn't honor the word of God, doesn't honor the servants of God, somebody doesn't honor your parents, is a godless person. What was that? 7 kinds of men you should not marry. Very, very inspiring and informative. I hope you will take some time out, watch that video, and hopefully share the video with some of your friends. Quite a number of persons have called to say, listen, Pastor Sam, I wish I knew all of this before I got married. Well, you have it now. You can always make some mid-course corrections, and you can also rescue some other persons from making such kind of mistakes in their lives by linking them up to these videos. Let them get to watch it. It's free of charge. You don't have to pay anything, but trust me, it will save many lives. All right. Today I want to take you to something that, trust me, it's going to be revolutionary for many of us. It is called the code of honor. The code of honor. It's called the code of honor. Honor is critical. The code of honor is something you need to take advantage of right now. So I'll encourage you as much as you can to get your writing materials, because I'm going to make points that you will need to refer to later. And if you have questions to ask me, I'm already planning to have a day set aside for only questions. I'm going to be setting aside a day just to deal with questions. Honor is simply the morality of superior men. Henry Mencken said, honor is the morality of superior men. In essence, superior men traffic in the world of honor. Superior men are committed to the preservation of their honor. So watchfulness over their morality, over their their sense of honor. It's important to recognize that men who are superior, women who are superior, are highly focused on their sense of honor. And anything that would jeopardize that, if having an association will make them lose their honor, they will rather lose the association than lose their honor. If making certain monies will make them lose their honor, they will rather lose the money than lose their honor. Now, don't ask me if such people are still alive today. They are called the remnant. There are some who are still committed. That's why it's a code. They live by this code of honor. It's what they live by, is something they are committed to. And I want to let you know today that if you will imbibe the code of honor into your life and into your relationship, whether you're single, you're married, business relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, if the code of honor can power your relationship, your interactions, your interactions, if the code of honor can power that, you'll be amazed how much you will make out of relationships. It's important to understand that most of the reasons why our relationships break down is because of the breakdown of honor. Once honor dissipates, relationship begins to disintegrate. Write that down. When honor begins to dissipate, and then it's very obvious, you must never forget that relationships begin to disintegrate. So never forget, keep that in your heart. I want to see the fastest person to type that out for me. When honor begins to dissipate, relationships begin to disintegrate. I thought of something. You need to write that down. I needed to put that. Let me see who is the fastest finger on YouTube to put that down. I'm trying to track you all and see who is putting that down. When honor begins to dissipate, relationships begin to disintegrate. It is critical to know that you cannot keep a relationship longer than honor has disappeared. Whoa. Write that down. You cannot keep a relationship longer than honor is no longer present in the relationship. If a man doesn't honor you anymore, that relationship has already begun its journey towards a state of natural death. If a woman doesn't honor a man anymore, that relationship has begun a spiral downward direction towards a part of death. So you cannot continue a relationship longer than honor is present in that relationship. Once honor disappears, relationship begins to disintegrate. So don't forget that. Once honor dissipates, relationship disintegrates. Let me see. Otonjo, thank you so very much. When honor begins to dissipate, relationship begins to disintegrate. Leah, thank you so very much. Jennifer, wow, thank you so very much, everybody. Nana, thank you. Amarachi, you all did amazingly well. Everybody wrote that down. You can actually put that out on Facebook. You can put it anywhere as your own quote. Is that okay? I'm sure somebody is going to see that and be greatly impressed by that. Let's take it to the next level. Having said that, it is critical for you to understand that honor is not only the morality of superior men. Did you write that down? Honor is the morality of superior men. What that simply means is that men and women who hold themselves in high esteem, they conduct themselves in the most honorable way. They conduct themselves in the most honorable way. Ministers of God who command respect. I'm not talking about who commands crowd. Anybody can gather a crowd. I mean, a musician can gather a crowd, and a comedian can gather a crowd. But when it comes to a man of God, one of the things that makes a man of God command continuous and consistent respect is what I call honor. When a man conducts himself with that sense of honor, when a woman carries herself with that sense of honor, there's something about honor. Honor pushes away from you men of lesser character. You want to write that down. Honor actually repels from you men and women with lesser character. In essence, if you're a man and a woman who traffics in the world of character and honor, what happens is that men and women with lesser character will walk away from you. It is just the way it is. They can't stay because there's something about honor. Honor attracts honor. Honorable men attracts honorable men. Honorable women attracts honorable women. It is a censoring tool, meaning that honor, when you walk with honor, it censors who comes into your space. You don't have to say walk away. It censors them out. It keeps them away from you. The Bible says, go away from the presence of a foolish man when you perceive not in him the lips of knowledge. The Bible says, a stern countenance drives away flattery. So there is something about walking in an honorable path. It keeps away from you men and women who are not supposed to be within your space. They may not tell you why they don't want to be with you. It is because you walk by the code of honor. You walk by the code of honor. Listen carefully to this. It's a general proverb, and it is commonly rendered this way: that 1,000 or 100 years cannot repair a moment's loss of honor. Did you get that? 100 years cannot repair a moment's loss of honor. I mean, once you lose honor, it takes forever to rebuild it. Now, it doesn't mean you can't, But the point is that it is a hard work. So we always say that don't even lose it. Hold on to it. If you're going to keep a marriage that works for a long time, never lose your sense of honor. Don't destroy the code of honor in your relationship. 100 years cannot repair a moment's loss of honor. People may tend to do like they've forgotten about it, but it's always going to be on their mind. So make sure that above every other thing, you preserve your honor. And the only way to keep your honor, your sense of honor, is to watch over your character. Those who watch over their character preserve honor. If you watch over your character will sustain your honor. So it's important to understand that the key to sustaining honor in a long time or for a long time is watching over your character. It's critical that you know that. Let me share with you something that I found very interesting. Honor may not win power, but it wins respect. Honor may not win power, but it wins respect. And respect earns power. Can you see that? So don't go for power, go for honor. Honor may not win power, but it actually wins respect. And you know, there's something about respect. It is called moral power. So respect brings about moral power. It is therefore critical for you to pursue what we call honor. And I want to show you just how to go about that today. Because if you're going to keep your relationship as a husband, a wife, a single, you want to build qualitative relationship with your partners in business, in your workplace, you need to traffic by the code of honor. What is honor? Write this down. Honor for general purposes, no technical definition. Honor in simple layman's language. Honor is regarding and treating your partner with respect and admiration. Honor is nothing but simply regarding and treating your partner with respect and admiration. Making your partner know that the person is not an object to be related with, but a person to be adored. It is critical for you to understand that human beings are not tools. They are not props. They are not machines. Men are not machines. Women, men are not machines. Men, women are not tools to be used. On both sides, we commit this error. The men see women as machines, and so we treat them as machines. I mean, women see men as machines, and so, you know, I want this, I want that, I want that. So we treat the men as machines who don't deserve to be lubricated, cared for, who don't deserve to be taken good care of because they don't have emotions and all of that. So some women treat men like machines, not all women. And some men also, they treat women as props, as tools to be used, and not women, not persons to be loved. It's critical to understand that when it comes to honor, it is regarding and treating your partner with respect. Treating a human being with the kind of respect and admiration that the person deserves. When it comes to the code of honor, we are simply talking about recognizing, regarding, and treating what your partner values with great respect. See, honor is treating your partner with great respect. The code of honor takes it to the next level. It's not just about treating your partner with great respect. It's about recognizing, treating, and regarding what your partner values, and making sure that you give attention to that with great respect. So if you really want to operate by the code of honor, it is critical for you to know what your partner values, what your partner holds in high esteem. For instance, if your partner values hard work, it is part of the code of honor for you to make sure you respect hard work in that relationship. If your partner values honesty, if you're going to have a lasting relationship with the person, you need to value the code of honor, which is to value honesty in that relationship. The other side of it is whatever your partner's love language is, it is part of the code of honor to ensure that you value what the person's love language is. Whatever your partner's apology language is, it is part of the code of honor to recognize what is my partner's apology language. I need to value that. Otherwise, we cannot have a very, very symbiotic, mutually beneficial relationship. So, the code of honor is all about recognizing, regarding, and treating what your partner values with great respect. And you cannot treat what the person values and not treat the person with value. So the code of honor is all about value. Valuing and honoring, treating with respect your partner and what your partner values. It is the appropriate and expected standard of behavior in a well-defined relationship. The code of honor. It's the appropriate and expected standard of behavior within us, a relationship that is defined. Meaning you are either courting, you are working together in an office, you are in a church together, you are in a business partnership, you are in a marriage relationship. In a well-defined relationship, there are usually appropriate and expected standards of behaviors. The sad part of it is this: most times our partners don't write it down. Therefore, it is critical that as you interact, you watch out for the unwritten but expected and appropriate standard of behavior. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. That there are some people that won't tell you that you need to carry that cup out of this place. But by how they behave when you keep it there, you know they don't like that cup to be there. They don't have to tell you for you to know that. It is an unwritten, expected, and appropriate standard of behavior in a well-defined relationship. And it communicates honor to the person who expects you to live by that unspoken or unwritten expected standard of behavior. It is critical that you also go. Listen, it's not everything you will be told. For instance, when you are traveling, you're traveling, say, from Nigeria. My first time of going to the United Kingdom some years back, as soon as I arrived in the United Kingdom, nobody told me. I noted that people were queuing. Now, nobody told me. No matter what it was like in my own country, we have sometimes the grace we just love on each other, so we don't need to follow the queue, but we're better now. There used to be some times in my country where you get tired of staying at the back, you move to the front. It's just like you're tired, so you just move to the front. And it doesn't matter who's in the front, you just come there. It's just, we get frustrated sometimes with staying back at the back. I mean, Nigeria know they carry last, so we don't like staying at the back. And so the challenge sometimes is that you find everybody trying to go to the front. So that's all right. So here's the game. I'm looking for a better way to actually, talk about the madness that used to exist in our country. When you meet us at the bus stop, we are all fighting like crabs to get into one single space. It's called crabology. When everybody is trying to get into a space, ultimately nobody gets there. And the one that gets there gets wounded before he gets there or she gets there. But that's no more. Nigeria is a better place now. We have a very orderly president. So that has brought some sense of order in the country. So here's the point. When I got to the United Kingdom, nobody told me. I just saw people lining up, and we call it sociological conformity. And as soon as I saw people lining up, I never knew that there is something in me that recognized order. So I lined up. I mean, I just aligned myself. No, nobody told me to. I just observed. I just observe it. I just noted that there is an appropriate and expected standard of behavior in this environment. So no matter how boisterous I was and no matter how restless we were in Nigeria, I saw lots of Nigerians who were restless on our way to London, who were restless trying to find their way into the plane. I noted when we came into the United Kingdom, everybody lost that sense of restlessness. We became highly organized. I never knew we had that potential until we got to London. And I just saw it just manifested, you know. Because listen, it is called environment. And there's something on the inside of every one of us that must be activated. The capacity to read environments. The capacity to read the unspoken and unwritten expectations that people have of you in relationship with them. This is very, very critical. All right. I'm just laughing over the Nigerian talk. We're such a great country right now. Everything is okay with us now. Things are working very well. And we give God the glory for that. And things will get better over time. So never forget this. When you get into a relationship with anybody, please, your mom don't have to tell you. Your father don't have to tell you. The reason we run into many challenges in relationship is because of what I'm talking about right now. Not knowing what are the unwritten and unspoken, appropriate and expected standards of behavior in this well-defined relationship. You're in a marriage relationship. It's not everything the man will write. It's not everything the woman will write. Observe. Note it that if you keep your shoes in a particular place and your partner constantly carries the shoe out of that place to somewhere else, note that that is your partner's expectation for appropriate and expected behavior. Now, if you allow that to continue for a long time, it is going to start communicating a state of dishonor, a sense of dishonor to the person. And most times, if you don't have a confrontational partner who likes to confront in a state of conflict, if you have an avoiding partner, the person will repress their feelings, suppress their feelings, and the day you will have a reaction from the person, you will not like it. All right, let's get going. Take note of this. Write this down. Beauty, brain, brilliance, body, and build. Without honor, all of that is useless. When you say, okay, look, I'm a beautiful woman, I'm a built guy, our body, our brain, our brilliance, and all of that, and you lack honor, it's over. It's just not going to take you anywhere. So it's important that we begin to give attention to honor. And this day, we're going to be focusing on honoring men and honoring women. I'm going to be sharing with you at least 8 to 9 major things you do to communicate honor to men. And then I will go on to share with you 8 to 9 things you can do to communicate honor to women. These are based on surveys, research, experiences in counseling with individuals and the rest of that. Let us focus today on honoring men. How do you communicate honor to men? I forgot to ask you to share the video, so if you wouldn't mind, kindly go ahead now and share the video with us, with your friends and all of that. Somebody saying, wow, good to hear. Peace, Obasi. Thank you so very much. Yes, thank you so very much, everybody. Can you just go ahead, everyone, right now, go and share the video. Go ahead and share the video, because it will be critical that your girlfriend, your sister, who is having challenges with her marriage, it's important that she gets to join us right now so that she doesn't miss out on what we are about to share now. Your colleague in the office, your brother, your sister, your church member, it's time to call them. If they're having conflict in their marriage, trust me, it'll be connected to violating the code of honor. Once the code of honor is violated, relationship bonds begins to break. Write that down. Once the code of honor, written or unwritten, spoken or unspoken, once the code of honor is being violated, a relationship will begin to disintegrate. It's critical that you know that. So what are some of the things that communicates honor to a man? As a woman, if you're relating with a man, there are few things you do that makes a man feel that you honor him. They are as much as 33 of them, but I'm going to condense them to about 9. The first of the 33, when it comes to honor code, the first of them that I want to share with you is what I put it this way: never interrupt him when he's speaking. Never interrupt a man when he is speaking. Please, if you're a woman, I don't care to know how stupid what he's saying is, let him finish his train of thoughts. There's no man that likes to be interrupted. No man. No man loves to be interrupted. So never forget that. One of the major ways to honor a man is to let him finish talking. Let him finish expressing his thoughts. Because sometimes men lay foundation to their final conclusion. So, if you are a woman and you are listening to a man and you hear the beginning of the story, you may think you understand where the man is going to. Midway, he can switch the conversation from the beginning and land in a different destination. The assumption that you know where he's going to land, they normally say, is the lowest form of knowledge. In actual fact, the book of Proverbs says, only a fool heareth a matter, speaketh on a matter before he even understands it. So wisdom on your part as a woman requires that even when you are uncomfortable, let him finish his train of thought. Let him express himself. If whilst the man is talking, there are things he's saying that you don't like, hey, have your phone, type those words or write it down. Try to calm your emotions. And in fact, it's wisdom on your part to think through what you are about to react to, so you do not escalate but de-escalate the tension that's already building. All right? So never forget this. One of the major ways to honor a man, one of the codes of honor, is letting a man finish his train of thought. Let him speak. Don't interrupt him. Even if he's talking nonsense, like sometimes we do. We think we know what we're saying, but we don't. And just allow us finish our stupid expression. Just let us and let us calm down. And sometimes the best thing to do is to absorb what you've heard and take time to think about how to respond. So never interrupt him when he's speaking. God bless you, Faith. She said, yes, sir, I will listen to my husband without interruption. Oh, God bless you for making such a decision now, Faith. Thank you so very much. You know what I love about you, this audience? What I love about you is the fact that people call me and say, sir, I just realized we have been messing up. I just realized it when you were speaking. And it's great to realize it. It's now important that you begin to put it into practice. That's where the change happened. You better call the men now and call the women. If you're a man watching, call the women to watch. You don't want another friend to run into problem in her marriage. And those of you who are relationship coaches who are watching me, because I understand quite a number of you relationship coaches who are watching and you are using this to also get material. God bless you. Go and use it to make money. Is that okay? I don't have a problem with that. But why don't you call some of the mentees, some of the people you are coaching? Why don't you get them? This may help you deal with some of the things that you're finding difficult to deal with. I'm speaking with you with over 20 years experience in these subjects that I'm talking about, with over 19 years of practice in my own marriage. So I'm not telling you what doesn't work. Never interrupt a man when he's speaking. Number 2, celebrate his efforts and results. This is a major code of honor that men don't play with. Celebrate his efforts and also celebrate his results. We always say it is only prostitutes that celebrate results and ignore efforts. A wife does not ignore efforts. She celebrates effort long before it produces results. I want to see the fastest person to type that out. So if you're going to be a great partner, you want to really build good relationship with men, it is critical for you to understand that you must learn to celebrate the man's effort long before it even begins to produce result. There's something about men. When we are working hard, we are studying your investment of encouragement. When we are working hard, don't think we have our head in the sand like ostriches. No, we are actually busy, but we are observing. Remember in the book of Ruth, the Bible makes us understand that when Ruth came to sleep to cross the path of Boaz, on the night that Naomi told her to go and cross his path, listen to what Boaz said. Boaz said, I've been observing you. You think I am just observing the farm. No. Boaz said, Ruth, I've been observing you, that whilst you are on the field, I noticed you were not playing with men like other girls were doing. In essence, I was observing you. Please, women, take note. Every man who is still going through the process, every man who is going through the pain, the crucible of pain, in order to emerge as a great success, he is watching your investment of encouragement. When a man is nothing, he is watching what you are doing, what you are saying. Let me say this to you. Jesus himself opened his mouth and said to his disciples, you are the ones who have been with me through my adversity. He said, I prepared for you a kingdom. That is why in heaven, even though Paul was the greatest apostle, Paul does not have his name written on the foundations. No, only the 12. He came later. So it's important to understand that even Jesus valued those who were with him, even though they betrayed him towards the later part of his life, but he did not forget the years of investment, 3.5 years of being with him, of going out with him, going through the storm with him. Jesus said, because of that, the gates, the foundation, the walls of heaven will be named after you. Men don't forget women who make investment of encouragement in their lives when they were on their way up. Some men do, some irresponsible men do, but it is not a general expression of what men do. It is therefore critical for you to understand that it is part of the code of honor. A man will not tell you when he's going through hard moments, he's looking for money, he's trying to build a career. The man won't tell you that he needs your encouragement. As a married woman, the man won't tell you when he comes back home late. Listen, the man may come home making statements like, I'm so exhausted, I just want to go and sleep. Hey, ma'am, don't listen to that and then say, okay, please quickly go and sleep. Or okay, you can go and sleep. No. When a man says, I'm tired, he needs your sexual assistance. Because nothing rejuvenates the man to go back out there like your interaction with him. For two reasons. Serotonin and oxytocin. They get secreted into the man and the man is ready to go again. So when a man says, I'm tired, don't just tell him go and rest. No. You don't do that. You participate. You make an investment. If you can massage him, massage his body, if you can apply oils on him, whatever you can do, where is the investment of your encouragement in the life of your man who is working tirelessly to make sure things work? Gladys, thank you so very much. You say when you celebrate your husband, you win his heart. Kumba said, I am not yet married, but this teaching has opened my eyes. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. When you honor him, you win his respect. You win his respect, you have power with him. Yes, it's critical to take note of that. Celebrate his efforts. When he goes to work, sweetheart, thank you for everything you're doing to provide for us. Now, I want to quickly say something to women that we're missing big time. Mothers, please listen to me. Children will never know what their fathers are doing to make life comfortable for them if mothers don't tell the children stories. You know, the reason why your father is out is because he's doing everything so that your lives can be better. This is what your father does. He drives an Uber, and sometimes people insult him. But your father takes it because he wants to have a better life for you guys. Your father is a military man, and sometimes they punish your father. They lay him out there in the street. They make your father look at the sun. They give him frog jump. They lock up your father in guard rooms. You need to tell these children the story. You need to tell the kids the stories. You need to let them know how they get to have clothes on their back, how they get to buy the sneakers that they have, how they get to eat pizza. It doesn't drop from heaven. Let them know that a father is working hard. Let them know that a man is working his finger to the bone. It is what mothers do in a very, very sensitive and honoring relationship. Mothers tell their children stories about the sacrifices of their fathers. Pastor Sam, how about us the women? Don't worry, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you, the women. Let's push on. Abuchi, right on, sir. Pastor, you are nailing the points right here. Just in. Invite your friends, because I really want to help marriages. Kids need to hear the story. Mothers, tell your sons and your daughters, particularly the boys. Tell the boys, can you see what your father is doing? Can you see how hardworking your father is, just to make sure all of us are comfortable? You are already training the boy on the art of hard work for his own family. Don't just leave them. Your father is coming back. I don't know where your father went to. I don't know. I think he's just coming from his work. What kind of work does he do? The boy doesn't know. It's critical that mothers tell their sons how hard their fathers are working. And that is why every father watching me right now, please, even if you didn't want to work, find work. Because if you have a son and you're not working, you are destroying his future. He will grow up with an entitlement mentality, hoping that a woman will fix his life. What is another? So number one, code of honor: never interrupt a man when he's speaking. I know you are a lawyer woman. I know you are highly trained as a public speaker. I know you are, you can talk. And I know that where you talk, men keep quiet. Hello, when you're married or you're in a relationship with a man, you shut up and let him finish his train of thought. Is that okay? You listen. You listen. Otherwise, you violate the code of honor, and the man is going to say, you better just walk away. And if you're married, you can lose your marriage because of that. So train your mouth to be quiet. You didn't hear what I know. It's not intuitive, it's counterintuitive. Train your mouth to be quiet when your mind is boiling. You don't have to speak because of the way you feel. Sometimes you close your mouth and allow how you feel to calm down so that you can think to speak. Some of you may need to tag. God bless you for doing that. Already I see some of you doing that. Why don't you tag 3 of your friends that need to hear what you're hearing now? Tag 3 of them. 3 of your friends who need to hear what we're hearing right now, or may need to watch it later. Tag 3 of them. Glory, glory. You said the world needs to hear what we're hearing right now. Well, that's why I'm telling it to you. I'm doing my job, which is to share this with you. Your job is to let the world hear about it. That's your job. Take interest in his interest. Another powerful code of honor. Take interest in your man's interest. You never lose a man if you take interest in his interest. Whether it's your husband to be, a colleague in the office, if you take interest in the interest of a man, you win the heart of a man. Why? Every man's heart is connected to his interest first, not his wife. Interest first. Why? The first thing a man was exposed to was work, not wife. A man doesn't need wife if a man doesn't have work. A man needs a wife because a man has work to do. She works the man who works the work. What did you say, Pastor Sam? The woman works the man who works the work. The woman is not to do the work for the man. She works on the man so the man can work on the work. Ekinde, you say thank you, Pastor Sam. Yes, thank you too for joining me. All right. Tag 3 of your friends. Tag 3 of your friends right now and tell them you need to hear this. All right. So never forget this. Check what interests a man and take interest in what interests him. You can never lose a man that you are connected to by interest. Did I just leave a powerful secret with you right now? You can never lose a man that you are connected to by interest. Once his interest becomes your obsession, his heart becomes your possession. Whoa! Did you hear that? Once his interest becomes your possession, your obsession, his heart becomes your possession. You can never love what he loves and not have him love you in return. Love his dog, you will be his God. Just love his job, just take interest in his job, and then you will always get returns from his job. It's just the way it works. It's a code of honor that most men don't talk about. AK said the woman works the man who works the work. That's the way it goes. Stop working the work for the man. Work the man and the man will work the work. Women, listen carefully. Attend to the man and the man will attend to his work. Your primary assignment as a woman is to attend to your man. Your mission, your reason for being created is to minister to your man. You have failed in your assignment if you attend to everything except the man. On a daily basis, I always tell our women in our church, on a daily basis, every woman should go to bed after she has answered this question. What have I done today to minister to my husband? Never go to bed until you ask yourself this question. What have I done today to add value to my husband? What have I done today to minister to him? What have I done today to make an investment in him? If your answer is in the negative, then your day was not properly spent when it comes to factoring the purpose for which a woman was created. Yes, you attended to the children. Yes, you cooked in the house. Yes, you fixed the kitchen. Yes, you did everything. You did everything like Mary Martha's case with Jesus. Note this carefully. One of the two of them was busy cooking. One was busy fixing the house. I think that should be Mary. She was busy fixing. And you know what? Martha just stood with, she just stayed close to Jesus. Intimacy. She was just close to him. And Mary got angry and was like, can you imagine, my sister? I am busy. I am laboring for you. Isn't that what you say most times? Isn't that what gets you angry about your husband? That look, I'm just laboring in this kitchen. I'm working from morning till evening. And the man is looking at you. And listen to what Jesus said in return. Come on, sweetheart. Look at her sitting beside me. She has chosen the best thing. I love the fact that you are cooking, but it would have been wonderful if you spent time with me. I love the fact that you're running all over the place, but how is it that you run everywhere except to me? I love the fact that you fixed everything except fixing me. This is your primary assignment, but you've made it not only secondary, not tertiary, you've made it non-existent. All right. Okay, so take note of this. Take interest in his interest. If your husband is a writer, create the environment for him to write. If your husband is a singer, create an environment for him to write songs and compose songs and put things together. Your job is to take interest. If your husband likes watching football, watch with him. I know you may not understand why people are throwing their legs all over the place. Why matured men, it doesn't make sense to you as a woman, right? Why matured men, about 24 of them on a pitch, on a football, they're just running all over the place pursuing a little ball. I know it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to your husband. All right? And if your husband likes boxing and that looks too like violent for you as a woman, no, it excites your husband. You will just learn how to, watch Floyd Mayweather and watch the other guys, Joshua, they punch themselves, and bleed. It makes men feel good. Yeah? So if that's what your husband likes to watch, you got to find a way to connect with him on that frequency. You cannot ignore his interest and have him secure your heart. Number 4, never compare him to any other man. This is one of the most important code of honor you must never violate. Never compare your husband with another man. Never do that. Never attempt it. It will not help you. It will not build your relationship. It will not make your marriage work. Never compare your husband with another man. It's important. Your husband is exceptional. Your husband is unique. And all men are not the same. We have same qualities. We have same desires. But there are things that makes us to be exceptional. That is where our difference lies. No man likes to be compared. Not a bishop, not a pastor, not a lawyer, not a singer. No man likes to be compared. Number 5, code of honor you must not violate as a woman. Respect and submit to his leadership. All right, hear me now before women liberation comes in now. Listen carefully to me. We're created equally but differently. In a house, God needs to hold somebody responsible for that house. So what God decided to do is to make the man to be the head, not the boss, not the controller of the house, so that God holds him responsible. So leadership and headship is about responsibility. And don't forget that only the man can occupy the position of headship. You can't have two heads, but we all, husband and wife, can carry out the function of leadership. I'm going to say that again. The husband and the wife can from time to time carry out the assignment of leadership, can function in the capacity of leaders. But when it comes to headship, it is reserved for the man. You cannot have two heads in a house. It can be delegated, but it cannot be usurped. You cannot take the place of the head of a house. Headship and leadership. The woman can function in the place of leadership in the home. When the husband is not around, she can function. In fact, there are moments when the man too will subscribe and submit to the leadership of the woman. There is nothing wrong with that. But headship, totally different. I hope this is getting across to you in a proper sense now. So never forget this. When it comes to headship, we can only have one head in a house. But when it comes to leadership, we can have both genders carry out the role of leadership in the house. So respect his headship and submit to it. Submit to it. There's a place for submitting to one another. The Bible recommends that. But when it comes to headship, as a woman, nothing makes a man feel that his position in the marriage is violated like a woman who is unwilling to submit to his headship. And don't forget that the way God did it is this. The Bible says God is the head of Christ, and Christ is the head of the man. All right? And the man is the head of the woman. You cannot break that spine. There is no conference anywhere in the world that can change the order. Headship is reserved. The headship of the family is reserved for the husband. The headship of the church is reserved for Christ. The headship of the world, the headship of creation is reserved to the Father. God is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of the church and of the husband, and the husband is the head of the wife. So it's important to understand what we call this chain of command. There is no education that can change that structure. There is no United Nations anywhere that can change that. This is the biblical precedent for honor and for order. A violation of it will not be good for anyone. Because of my time, I need to move quickly. Take note of this, number 6. Think through before you speak to him. Think through before you speak to him. Never violate this code of interaction. It's a code of honor when you are talking to men. Think through before you talk. I understand that most times as women, you want to allow emotions to be a part of it. That's okay. But please, even when you are talking emotionally, let there be intelligence. So we call it now emotional intelligence. Is that okay? Let there be some intelligence to the expression of your emotions. Can I say that again? Let there be some intelligence to the expression of your emotions. Meaning, let there be some thinking to your feelings. When you want to express feelings, make sure that you sandwich it with some thinking. Think through before you speak. The reason is very clear. Once you speak to a man and the words drop, men are usually processors of words. He will want to think about the Greek meaning of your words, the Hebrew meaning of what you said. And what you said might just be very plain, very simple, no depth, no root. You didn't even think about it. Here's the problem. When you don't think about what you say, he's going to be thinking about what you said. The trouble is that in the place of thinking about what you said, a lot of damages can actually be effected. So, when you want to speak to the man, train yourself as a woman. Train yourself. I know this is counterintuitive to women. Train yourself to add thinking to your feeling. It's called emotional intelligence. Add some intelligence to your emotions. Don't break things because that's how you are feeling. You carry his passport, you burn it with fire. And he's supposed to be going for a conference 2 weeks later. A very strategic conference, but you burnt the passport that carries his visa. And it should take a while now to get another one back. You were angry. You packed yourself. You left the house. And you didn't know that it comes from a very strong cultural background whereby if you leave the house, there needs to be a series of meetings before you come back. Now, leaving the house was easy. Coming back now, there's problem. All right. Okay, so take note of this. Never compare him with another man. I shared that with you. And then the other thing I want to quickly share with you right away is to ensure that you think through before you speak to him. The next thing I want to share with you is never disrespect him publicly. You never do that. You never disrespect a man publicly. No matter what you feel, never disrespect him publicly. The repercussion you will not like. Even privately, never make him feel disrespected privately or publicly. Pastor Sam, some men are just grossly irresponsible. I understand that is an exception. It is not the rule. Most men are not. I know the ones you have met are grossly irresponsible, but all men are not grossly irresponsible. So I'm talking about the rule of engagement with responsible men. Never disrespect him in the public, not before your friends, not in your church, not before your family, not anywhere in the public. You never disrespect your husband. When he's talking, when your man is talking, you don't just shut him in, shut him down, and take over the conversation. You never interrupt his conversation in the public. That will be disrespectful to him. You don't make a decision while he's there without consulting him. That will be disrespectful to him. Let me share with you one more or two more. Be friendly with those your man honors. I know nobody's ever told you this. Be very friendly with the people your man honors. Don't fight them. I didn't say be their friend. I said be friendly. I didn't say approve them, accept them. There is something we call alignment and redirection. Meaning you can actually be friendly with your husband's friends if you know they are not good for him. In the atmosphere of acceptance, in the atmosphere of friendliness, you can either change them or after a while, your husband will outgrow their welcome. So don't use aggression to attack your husband's friends. Otherwise, he will stand with his friends against you. It's the foolishness that we're seeing among so many women. When you attack what a man loves, he will protect it for his ego's sake and attack you. So if your husband is going out with a girl and you know the girl, please don't go and fight the girl. Because if you do that, your husband will feel disrespected and he will try to protect the girl at your own disadvantage. There are better ways to go about it. And you can't understand how to go about it so long as you are letting feelings drive your decisions. Sit down, think, pray for wisdom, and God will tell you what to do. Be friendly with those that he honors. Speak to the king in him. Speak to the king in him. In every man, there is a kid and there is a king. In every man, there is a beast and there is the best. Now, in every man, there is a generous one and there is one that holds back. The one you see at work in your house is the one you speak to. Speak to the beast in him, you never get the best from him. And sometimes you never know how you speak to the beast in the man because nobody is telling you. It is therefore critical for us to understand that in dealing with men, the code of honor is very important. Men get easily disrespected by women than women get disrespected by men. What disrespects a man or makes a man feel disrespected? A woman usually may not be easily disrespected by the same. It therefore behoves every woman watching to be very cautious in engaging your husband. These are by no means exhaustive. They are just some of the major ones that I can share with you right now. We're out of time, but I'm not out of word. Oh, Pastor Sam, how about the women? You got it right. Tomorrow, let's shake some tables. Women, today was my day talking to the guys, all right? Tomorrow, we're coming after them. So I'd like you to invite all of your friends and let's talk and make sure you invite every man you care about. Tomorrow, we want to educate the men about how to interact with you using the code of honor. We want to make sure that the men learn how to relate with you women as you have learned how to relate to them today? Don't you think the world will be a better place where we all learn to respect and honor each other using the code of honor? Don't you think your marriage will be better, your relationship will be better? Don't you think that the breakup rates will reduce and the divorce rates will come down? I think so. And I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow as I continue on the code of honor. And tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the 9 code of honor that women do not play with. Every wise man had better show up on this platform tomorrow so that we learn and not act foolishly as our fathers did. I love you so very much. And don't forget at 5:50 a.m. West African time. What a time we had in God's presence today. 5:50 West African time, we'll be gathering together on this same platform tomorrow morning, West African time, past midnight in the United States. We're going to be gathering together for an unforgettable moment of prayer for your career, business, and financial turnarounds. If you have anybody that is sick, let them join us tomorrow. We just had a testimony of a lady who was healed of cancer. We had another testimony of a guy who plays football that God has finally brought out of pains he's suffering on his knees. So please make sure you join us bright and early. We're going to be praying over your career and your work tools. So bring your work tools, whatever it is, bring it before the Lord as you spend time in prayer. The number to call is always on the number to send your prayer request to is right there on the chat box, so you can send your request there. Otherwise, look on my page. There is a place where I created room for people that want to ask questions on relationships, and I'm attending to those questions. The questions are just coming in numbers. So, and I'm attempting those questions as God enables me. I love you so very much. I'll catch up bright and early with you. Bye-bye.